Hey guys, Dan and Moxie here. Just a quick word to say we're keeping all of these old UTS podcast episodes available to you, still free of charge, on all of our platforms. But be aware, now that we're independent, we are no longer the official podcast of Cheltenham Saracens Rugby Club.
Also, all of our social media platforms will remain the same, but our SoundCloud page has a brand new address. You can find that at soundcloud.com/the UTS podcast.
Hey guys, this week's show is brought to you by Tone Radio, the University of Gloucestershire student radio station. Tone Radio broadcasts live from Park Campus, all day every day, providing a mixed bag of music from pop and latest hits to golden oldies and metal and alternative. They also bring you some great live coverage of some of Cheltenham's incredible music festivals, including the Witchwood Festival up at the start of June. Listen live at toneradio.co.uk or on the TuneIn app. But for now, let's get on with the show.
You are listening to UTS, the official podcast of Cheltenham Saracens RFC.
Hey guys, come on in, sit yourselves down, put your headphones in if that's what you want to do. Get yourself comfortable. You are listening to the UTS podcast. As always, I am your host, Dan Lodge, joined by Mark Moxie Collier.
Hello.
And we are coming to you live, almost, but not from the clubhouse at King George V. We are once again coming from the University of Gloucestershire's Park campus. Before we kick things off, let us remind you that this is an entirely amateur podcast, recorded, edited and produced entirely by volunteers, and we are not funded by the club. Everything we do is paid right out of our own pockets, and we bring this show to you on the first Friday of every single month, totally free of charge, on utspodcast.com, soundcloud.com/Cheltenham Saracens RFC, or on iTunes. The only thing we ask in return is that you share the love on social media. Share it on Facebook, tweet about it, Snapchat, email, text, word of mouth, whatever means necessary. Just let people know that you're listening. And if you own a local business or know somebody that does in the Cheltenham or Gloucester area, feel free to come and support our shows. Advertise your local business on our podcast for a very small price. It's not a profit-making venture. It's just basically to keep our SoundCloud open. If you want to sponsor a show or a few of them, drop us an email, utspodcast@gmail.com, and set your header as advertising. Now, usually this is the part of the show where we bring you all the results from the past month, but as this is the first of 3 shows, we're bringing you just the first team results. We mentioned on last month's show that they kicked off April with a walkover win against Gordon League, who to their credit still played the game without a front row, but probably didn't deserve to lose by such a big scoreline on the day. On the 8th, they lost out on the road to Hucklecote 28-23, and on the 18th, they faced Cheltenham North in the Combination Cup semi-finals and came away with a 22-12 win. The first team then went on to finish the league campaign with a 35-28 win over Long Levens, and that game was on the 22nd. A week later, they finished the 2016-2017 season on a high, crowned Senior Cup champions 39-29 against Old Pats at Stoke Road on Combinations Finals Day. We spoke to Billy Burns after that game to hear his thoughts.
Yeah, unbelievable. Great from, obviously, the second team put that performance in at first, and then the first team boys against an incredibly strong Pat side. So, yeah, we're over the moon.
Bit of a Jekyll and Hyde situation. First half incredible, second half not so much.
Yeah, no, it was a tough win to play into. We knew they were going to come back at us in the second half, but we dug in and did it the Sarries way and defended well and came away with the win at the end of it. So we're over the moon, like I said.
If you could pick a man of the match,
Dave Fitzharris for me today. Unbelievable. Played in the second row. Unbelievable effort. He was everywhere. His work rate, but to be fair, all the boys went well. It was good.
Awesome. Cheers.
Top man. Cheers.
In other club news, a Sarries Select 15 hosted a Jimmy Connolly's Tigers 15, and it was such an amazing day. It really, really was. We spoke to former Sarrie James Hillier, who pulled on the blue and yellow to take part.
Yeah, it's just a great honour to be here. Shows what Jimmy Connolly has done for the 2 clubs across the year. Big respect to him and everyone that's shown up. It's been an awesome day. Rugby was played exactly how we wanted it to be, in good spirit. And the best team won, unfortunately.
We also spoke to Buster Matzovic, who was very happy with the turnout on the day.
I mean, what a turnout, not just on the sideline, but for both teams. I mean, Jim has tried getting these boys back together before. They've played one game together, but whenever he's tried getting it together, it's always been a little bit too late. They've not managed to get it together, but today, obviously, in his memory, it was amazing.
A lot of try scoring from both sides, but it wasn't really about the result today, was it?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. It was just about getting a bunch of boys who Jimmy took from under 8s. Now they're all 21, and just to getting them back together. It's about the occasion, of course. Obviously, Sarahs were a big part of Jimmy's life, and I don't think of anywhere else that it should have been played today, really. Even though we had ties to the north, but today, for the first game, we're looking at doing it again next year, but for the first game here, it's just amazing.
Jason Harris refereed, and he was over the moon to play his part. We spoke to him right after the final whistle.
This is a huge honour for me. I'm a good friend of Jimmy's and a good friend of Saracens, and to be asked to come in at the last minute to referee this game is a huge honour, and I appreciate it.
A lot of running, very end-to-end stuff.
These boys are young and fast. You know, it's as simple as that. They're young, fast, hungry young men, and I can't keep up with them, so that's why I carry the whistle.
I think it says a lot about Jimmy when you look around and you see how many people have come out.
This is rugby. This is what rugby does. It brings people together from all walks of life and all ages and all classes. Rugby's the winner. Jimmy was a huge part of rugby and we all adore him. Simple as that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And last but not least, third team prop Dan Didcott also brought the boots back out to have a bit of a run around, and he was pretty sore afterwards.
Yeah, very long. Yeah, bad time, but knee was killing me. But great occasion, obviously for Jimmy and Aaron and the family. So yeah, doesn't really matter. Worth the pain.
Scouse did say actually while you were on there, he said Dan Didcott only asked for 5 minutes. He's been on for 25.
Yeah, he promised me. I said to him before, no, only 5 minutes, mine. I said, 10 minutes at the end. He said, yeah, no problem. Left me on. I kept looking over him on the sideline saying, what are we doing then? What are we doing? And he's like, can't come off. Left me for 25 minutes, but yeah, bad times.
But definitely worth it.
Oh, 100%, massive occasion, but obviously for the man, for the family. Yeah, great occasion, glad I came out. It was a good day. Nice to have a run around again. But that'd be it for a while. Boxing Day. Maybe.
Awesome. Cheers. James McMahon, Jimmy Mack, first team captain, joins us on the podcast to wrap up this season, which for me, at least, has gone super quickly. It literally doesn't feel that long ago since we were at St Mary's Old Boys before the season even began, playing in the cup in horizontal wins, and that's not an exaggeration. We hear his thoughts on how the season's gone. Of course, Saturday, we couldn't not mention Saturday. So get comfortable, it's a good one. Hey guys, this show is brought to you by Tone Radio, the University of Gloucestershire student radio station. Tone Radio broadcasts from Park Campus all day, every day, with student-led programming coming from midday right through to midnight. Organised entirely by Uni of Gloucestershire students, Tone Radio caters for all music tastes, whether it's alternative, rock or metal, pop and latest hits, or some nostalgic golden oldies, and they even include some local bands and student acts. Tone Radio also brings you live broadcasts from some of Cheltenham's local music festivals, including the Witchwood Festival at the start of June. Tone Radio only broadcast online, so in order to check them out, you need to go to toneradio.co.uk. They even have webcams so you can see the show taking place as you listen live. But if you're on the go, don't panic, you can check them out on the TuneIn app. But before you go anywhere, we'll be right back after this. We'll kick things off with Saturday. Unbelievable win.
Yep, great win. Tale of two halves, really. I mean, first half we were outstanding. Second half they played quite well, to be fair, but luckily enough we got a few lucky tries in the first half and managed to go more points ahead than they can catch, really. So yeah, happy days. And the second's also winning as well. Really G'd us on for the first half, I think, really, because we were warming up behind the post when they scored the try. Buster converting it. So, as soon as that was finished, we knew they'd won. We sort of had it in our minds that we had to win as well, really. And really went out and did the business, to be fair.
I mean, I was a little bit worried when they started knocking in tries, and I was like, this is it. And I'm having like flashbacks to like when we got promoted a couple of years ago with Long Levens, and they're just knocking in tries. And
yeah. Well, I wasn't worried until Jack Kerr turnstiled one through. I think that brought it to 29. And I thought, oh, goodness gracious. And then after that, asking the referee repeatedly how long left, until he said 2 minutes, and we were 10 points ahead. I thought, happy days. And H made a great tackle in the corner in the last minute to keep it at 10 points. So, happy days.
Yeah, I mean that for me was like a real kind of big thing. Seeing the flag go up, and I was like, oh, thank for that.
Yep.
I was very, very tense. A lot of noise on the sidelines though. They were making
Yeah, the Sarries fans as ever. Yeah.
Yeah, you can thank Mo
They're
for
brilliant.
that. I think we'll have that as an Easter egg actually after this episode. We've got a little bit of a thing.
Yeah,
to play out.
There were plenty of fans on tour with us. They were all looking at our Twitter, looking at all the available ways of seeing how we're getting on. And it took an eternity for somebody to say the final score.
Yeah,
it was obviously they were catching us up, and we thought, oh, flipping heck, here we go. No, they can't do that.
Yeah, so I wasn't worried until that last try went in. I thought, oh, it's only 10 points. With sort of 10 minutes to go. To be fair, after that, we did manage to get a foothold in the game and kill some viable time. I think Big Dave got held up. So end of the day we still won. So happy days.
I was gonna say Billy Burns gave him the man of the match.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Not sure what game Billy was watching, to be honest with you.
I mean, he has said he said it by his own standards. He had an average game.
Yeah, he did well. To be fair, I mean, he was playing out of position in the second row, and he did well. Hard pitch, he did well.
Yeah, no, I thought he had a very good game.
Certainly the most unathletic second row on the pitch on Saturday, I think.
Do you include Bissett in that as well?
Yes, I think including Bissett as well. Yeah.
That's hopefully that doesn't cut too deep.
He's used to it, Big Dave now, I think.
Yeah, I think it just kind of
Ginger Mong, yeah.
Oh God, no. He's one of those ones. I think he never seems to have like a bad game.
No,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think me and Venus were talking. I think me and Leroy the year before. He's probably one of the most underrated players in the team, really, Big Dave. You get into any other team in the league, prop, and the fact he plays every game as well. He's very rarely injured, even though he's late every game. He is very rarely injured.
He's never on time.
Never on time. But he does play a lot of rugby. We can't knock him. We'd be a a worse team without him, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I mean, I've been at the club for 5 years, and I've seen him have some really great games, like Cheltenham Tigers last year, when he was just like dominant, got himself a try under the post.
Yep.
Happy days. But I don't think I've ever seen a game where I just think, Big Dave is costing us.
No, totally agree. Honestly, yeah, he's a very good player. I think last year he won an award, didn't he? And rightly so.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, he got the
Trainer,
was it the Trainer of the Year, and the prize was literally
it's still an award.
Just a trainer nailed onto a plank.
But yeah, no, he's been since he had a bad injury and he came back. He's been really good.
Yeah, and to be fair, because that injury, I mean, because he completely he dislocated his whole lower leg, didn't he, or at the knee?
So something disgusting like that, yeah.
Yeah, and that could actually have put him on the shelf for a lot longer than it did.
Yeah, it could have finished him, to be fair, but to be fair, he, heaven knows what size he'd be if he didn't play rugby. But to be fair, he got back involved. And also his partner in crime coming back this year, Big Dan Burnham, also helped. I thought had a good game as well Saturday.
Yeah, I definitely thought so.
I mean, everyone played well, but to be fair, there's no, you can't say anyone didn't play well, because I think we all did. And we got that little bit of luck we haven't really had all season, to be fair, in the first half, which was good.
Because I was a little bit worried with Butler out and with Bash out. I was like, And
Joe Page as well. He wasn't there, was he? But to be fair, it was all right. Combated well, to be fair, which is a good, show for our strength in depth, really.
And it's good as well, because I mean they came forward and like the day before, I think it was, we had Gloucestershire Live, and they were like, all of these guys have played in the first team.
Yeah. Which again is good for us, to be fair. We'd rather play a stronger team than a weaker team, and just happy we won. To be fair, it's nice to get the fourth one under the belt and roll on next year, I think. I
mean, when you were right there, did you feel any of the crowd atmosphere?
Yeah, you can always hear the singing and that, so it's very good. Last year as well was especially good at our place, but going to an away ground, especially the north, and having the most numbers there by probably 100. It was brilliant,
Yeah, because I was going to say I was there. I was wandering around collecting stuff because I'm doing a lot of uni stuff based around it, and I don't know whether it's just me being a bit of a biased or what it is, but it genuinely didn't feel like as good as ours did, like last year when we hosted it.
No, yeah, I think, to be fair to the
North. I don't
know
whether that's just me being a bit biased or we genuinely did.
The atmosphere, to be fair, the atmosphere I mean, we got something special really because our clubhouse is so close to the pitch. We've got the balcony, and all that, and that's what we did it quite well last year. It was a fantastic event, and to be fair, the North I thought put on quite a good show really, but like you say, yeah, probably wasn't as good as ours.
The Scouser made about 30 quid with glasses, taking deposit
Happy days,
glasses back.
typical Scouser. He might be able to come on tour now then.
And I thought people were joking, then I was like, no, of course they're not going to be. Look who it is. Do you know what I mean?
Anything for a buck.
So looking at the season as a whole, I mean, how do you think it's been?
Personally, quite frustrating, really. I mean, we're probably the best team in the league. I think we've probably been deserved to lose 2 games this year, where we've been, beaten quite handsomely, really, and we haven't played very well. And that was Sudbury away in the rain. They played very well, and Richmond's away. We didn't really play very well or deserve to win. But other than that, looking back, frustratingly, we could have won all the other games. But having said that, we've had a lot of injuries. A lot of bad injuries as well, to be fair. It's not just been a couple of weeks here and there. You've got people like Scouse, he's been out all year. Ethan, he career-ending injury, and many others. So, frustrating season, but you can't, we're still up there. I think top level 4th or something, were we on the end? I didn't really look at the end of it.
I want to say 5th. That's.
I think
5th, probably.
5th rings a bell.
5th, so yeah, not too bad. We can't complain. I mean, it was a better league this year than last year. Pretty competitive. So yeah, there's no easy games really. North Bristol was probably the easiest game we had.
Yeah.
But then if you look at the end of the season, Frampton Cottrell beat us away. We should never have lost that game really, but we did. So, but yeah, frustrating really. But there's always next season there. So
yeah, I mean, it's kind of frustrating because we've done so well over the past couple of years, for me at least.
Yeah.
And it's just like you see us losing the Frampton Cottrell, and you think we should essentially be dicking the team like that.
We should be beating those.
But then you look at what's happened at Berry Hill, and you think, holy, they were up there last year. They were properly pushing, and this year they've got relegated. So you think,
it's sad, really. And
to
be fair, you got to be careful what you wish for. Like you say, Berry Hill were pushing last year, and this year gone. And like ourselves, we're in a quite good position. We've got good numbers, first, seconds, sometimes the thirds. A lot of clubs haven't got that at the moment, so it's all good really.
Berry Hill struggled all the way through, didn't they? Even when they came to us, they came with 12 players, I think.
And even the North, when the North didn't turn up for our home game this year because they didn't have a team, it's not because they didn't want to turn up, it was because they had no players.
Yeah.
They had loads of injuries, didn't they?
Yeah, so again, we could be in worse positions, couldn't we?
Yeah, definitely, I think so. And I think it's when you compare it to like last season, the season before, when we were up there, and it was like, hey, look how good we're doing, and this year, and essentially mid-table's not bad, because if you're not going to get promoted, you certainly don't want to get relegated.
And some of the games we've lost have been by a point, here and there, so you could have easily turned around a few results. Richmond's at home, especially St Mary's at home, Bart's away, so never mind. And the most frustrating thing was probably we had a better team than last year. On paper, we had some new boys come in, bought into what we wanted to play, but so it is what it is, isn't it?
Has there been a standout player?
Liam Cooper, to be fair, has played very well all year. Back to Big Dave. I don't think he's had a bad game, but Liam Cooper as well. Aaron, fantastic all year. But Liam Cooper, probably one of the first names on the team sheet. Really brings good energy. He's everywhere.
He's doing well in the kind of standing in for you at captain as well.
Absolutely,
He's doing very well.
Yeah.
So that was quite impressive. It's good to see him playing 8 as well.
Yeah. No, it is good, because obviously Gareth's been injured as well.
Yeah.
So we've been struggling for an 8, and he stuck to it. And obviously Tom Patience left last year, so he's stood up and he's, really put a shift in.
Yeah, it's been impressive. And he did us a massive favour. He was our first guest on the show. And I actually, when I listened to it back, and I cringe so much, as I do with a lot of the first kind of entrance episodes. And then I kind of look back and I think, well, actually, it didn't turn out a bad interview considering I interviewed him in the middle of the first team pitch.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I
remember listening to that one. It was good.
Because there was a lot could have gone wrong.
But it's people like Liam Cooper, Jack Kerr, Jack Metcroft. The new players have come in this year. The more I mention, and they've really bought into the club. And they've they're not just on their own. They've brought in. They've been welcomed in, and they've bought into what we what we do and what we we do on and off the pitch. And, Liam Cooper's certainly a character off the pitch as he is on the pitch.
Yeah, yes, he is.
And, that's what we've got, something special at the moment, like I said, something special, and everyone buys into it. So, what makes our club real special, first, second, thirds, all across the board, really.
I was going to say, kind of looking at this season, we started a little bit with Butler at fly half, and now we've got Plummy. Was that a decision forced on you, or was that just
a bit of both, really? I think, yeah. I think obviously Butler got injured early in the season. I think he did his ribs, didn't he? So we didn't.
That
really
was the opening game, yeah. That was Long Levens, yeah.
So we didn't really have a number 10. So I think we tried Plummy there. Jack Kerr had a game there. Can't really remember who else played there, really. So we tried a few options there, and then Butler came back, and I think Jeff got injured at 9. Obviously, we're not having another 9 at the moment with Carl working and that. Butler had to go 9. He was the only other option, so Plummy went back there. And to be fair, Plummy's grown into his boots, really.
It's good to see him in that role, I think. I think especially...
He's elusive with the ball, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, how many times did he break the Pats line?
Oh.
I mean, we spoke, and when we... Actually, going back to Liam Cooper, when he said, Butler is able to step people in a phone box and stuff. And
yeah.
But, yeah, Plummy's up there.
Yeah, he's got a lovely swerve that, he's awkward.
Yeah.
All knees and elbows.
Yeah, he's gangly.
Gazelle, yeah.
But, but it works.
Absolutely,
That's the thing.
No, absolutely.
I mean, we sit here and joke, but
no,
to be fair, he destroyed that defence.
And against the North as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great to have so many players that can sort of interchange.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. That is, like I say, the whole back line and the second team back line as well. I think that, we go say the Pats played all their team have played first. And I think all the second team back line and the final have played first team for us as well.
Yeah.
And again, you've got that interchange as well, where you can bring in and bring out, and everyone sort of on the same level. So it's pretty good, really.
It is good. Actually, kind of looking at the seconds a little bit. What did you make of that?
Oh, it's brilliant. Well, I mean, watch it.
It's mad.
I didn't really realise how strong the wind was until we were on the pitch, up in the air. So obviously we were watching from behind the post, and obviously when half time came, I think we were down 13-0, weren't we?
Yeah, 13-0.
So that's when we went to get changed then. And then I was getting changed, and some of the boys, I always get changed slow anyway. I'm not one for warming up. One of the boys come in, I think Jacko come in and said, Wayne's just scored under the post, so happy days. Then we started warming up then, and we were banging on the line. Weren't getting through anywhere. They managed to turn us over a few times, and then as we were warming up behind the post, Ed Hampshire wriggled free and went over. That was brilliant, really.
With his bright pink boots.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then Buster thankfully kicked the conversion. So behind the post, warming up, it really gave us that knock on, for us to go and do it.
Because he was telling us his arse was twitching a bit because he missed a couple of penalties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he missed. I think he said he missed one that he probably expected to get.
Well, I didn't see that one, but if he missed that one, he would have had a few things said to him, I think.
Yeah.
There'd be no sympathy.
No, to be fair to him, there were a few, but it was just like once he knew like this kick is going to put us ahead. Like I think that kind of settled.
But a great result for the twos.
Oh God, yeah.
2 years ago they should have done it really, but they didn't play very well against Breeden in the semi-final. I think they got lost away at Breeden. Yeah. So and to be fair, Breeden were a good side as well. They're a very good side.
I mean, I think that if anything is probably, and maybe I don't know, maybe the first team, you're a first team guy, maybe you'll disagree. I think maybe the second team win against Breeden was actually a little bit more impressive than the past.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because that's our second team beating Breeden first team, and they're only a league under our first.
And they're doing well. Breeden as a club are doing well as well. They're coming.
Oh God, yeah.
They're coming up through the leagues again, and
they're doing very well.
Got some good players, good young players. So yeah, absolutely.
But I think that for me is a massive standout result. The fact that our second string could potentially, based on that performance,
absolutely, yeah. And the way the boys played, it was all grit, wasn't it? Grits and determination that won the game. So and heart. Both games really, you can say we won both on heart rather than skill or presence. Yeah. Obviously that does come into it, but if you want it more, you're going to get it really.
Oh yeah, it's only going to take you so far.
Exactly. Yeah.
You've got to actually to want it.
I mean, I had a tiny bit of sympathy for Buster because we were on tour. And he had to pretty much leave straight away after the game, and he had to drive for whatever it was, 2.5 hours or so. Yeah, a tiny bit of sympathy for him, but
yeah,
we made up for that on tour. Don't worry about
I wish I would have done that option rather than getting in at 5:30 on Sunday morning.
Oh, the late
Yeah,
one.
again, blaming Scouts for that, yeah.
I don't know why I sound surprised there, really. I should expect
Well, my
that.
phone died early doors, and by the time I come out of...
The old phone dying routine.
Scouts at the bar. By the time I think Liam
And I
Keeper was
bet
at
he
Dan
didn't buy a drink.
Burnham, by the time we come out of the club and the birds are flying around my head and it's daylight, I'm thinking, oh dear, I'm in a bit of strife here. Should have took the 2-hour drive home with Buster.
Oh, but it was all. Did you go to the club or did you go to Venus?
Went to the club, yeah. Went to the club, which was good. Then shot off to Venus's party and also to watch the boxing, which was obviously a good night as well.
Yeah.
And then, Aqua Vitae, to be fair, where we watched the boxing and Venus's party was. That was like the rubber club on a Saturday night. There must have been about 100 Sarahs in there. God only knows what had happened. If any,
It's great because the week before, I was in there with Pitters.
Yeah.
And it was full of bloody Chatham Tigers.
Yeah.
But they weren't really making much noise, so.
Oh yeah, then they were spotted of champagne and all sorts going on, so it was it was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I bet they were cheap in there.
Yeah.
Loosey goosey.
Yeah, it was good.
Very loose. Oh God.
That's what it's all about. Just won 2 cups.
Yeah.
Maybe someone wants to tell the Echo.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I did notice that on Gloucestershire Live.
I think there's a post coming today, isn't there, or something?
Yeah. But it was just like because they and it was the Ellis Lane, the guy is on the on Twitter, and like in the build up to it, it was like every other day there was something about the Combination Cup.
Yeah.
And then they played the finals on a Saturday, and there was like no word until today. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, I saw the Cheltenham headline, and I thought, well, it was a bit of a big headline for
the
Minor Cup, for a
For a
8-6 thriller or something, yeah.
Yeah, for a team that hadn't played since
8-3,
last
wasn't it?
April.
8-3 thriller, yeah.
Yeah.
So classic final.
With a try that wasn't a try, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And they stole the headlines, so there we go. But for the referees in the final, to be fair, they've all refereed us in the first team game. All 3 of them have refereed us at either last year or this year, and they're all pretty good referees.
Yeah.
And I thought they refereed it very well, to be fair. Both touchers.
Yeah, they did a very good job. I think it does help the fact that
we know we do know them now, and they know how we play and that, and they know how to what to expect from us, which is really good.
Yeah, I think it helps as well, especially for like these kind of cup finals where they do bring the actual touch judges in. Because I remember like a couple of years ago when, well, actually no, it wasn't a couple of years ago. It must have been
I hope Walters isn't listening to this because he'll be shouting assistant referees.
Yep.
Touch judge, assistant referees.
Yeah, they're touch judges.
Whatever.
I'd call him touch judge.
He's had his time on the show. We're moving on.
In an ideal world, even at our level, I've been lucky enough to play a level with touch judges every game, and it does make the referee's job a lot easier.
Yeah.
And especially at our level, it would make the game a lot easier. But unfortunately, I don't think we've got the resources in the RFU or the numbers to do so.
No, it's unfortunate. I mean, it is what it is, and you make do with what you've got. But I think for the cup finals, it's good to see that.
Absolutely, yeah.
As much as there is said about people not taking the combination quite as seriously as they should do, it's actually quite nice to see that with the combination saying, right, this is how we're going to do it. We're still treating it as an actual, it's not just a Mickey Mouse Cup.
No, agreed.
There's been a little bit about that. I don't know if you keep it on track with the Gloucester one.
Yeah, the Gloucester one was always quite fiercely competitive, isn't it? The Cheltenham one is, to be fair, and I noticed saying, unfortunately, people have been dropping out here and there, haven't they?
Well, Richlands came out and they withdrew pretty much all of their teams, and then kind of there was like a thing made about people disrespecting the Gloucester Cup.
Yeah, it's a tough argument because you don't play all year or train all year to win the cup. To be fair, your main focus is league rugby, and if you're in a position where you've either invested, brought in players to do the job of getting promoted, and then you've got to go and play a team in the cup two leagues high, which is always a great experience, but you may risk getting injured and not getting promoted, or that's a whole year's hard work undone, really. It could be an argument for making the league shorter. I don't know why we have so many free weekends in the league. We could get this league finished by February and then probably start both competitions then, so all teams could enter their full sides. But I think Brockwith as well pulled out a team, didn't they, because they were going for promotion, which again you can understand as well, because it's a lot of work gone and put in for that year.
Yeah, definitely.
A bit harsh, they disrespecting the cup, I suppose, but rugby has changed, and to play 2 games in a week is quite physically tough still.
Well, this is the thing, because Richlands withdrew their teams, and there was like this big kind of furore about they're taking the teams out and they're disrespecting the competition. And Richards actually came out like a couple of days after and said, like, we don't care about this.
Yeah.
Like, the league is our focus.
Yeah.
We don't care about the combination. And for me, that kind of riles me a little bit.
Yeah.
For me, I love the combination, the idea of all the teams in one town.
And all that. Yeah, it's good.
That's it. I think you want to be able
and
to
sometimes,
say you're the best.
The combination, you get to play teams you never play. So
yeah.
Especially like last year, we hadn't played the North for years because they were in the Midlands leagues, and so it was a good, and Cheltenham Tigers as well. We haven't had a chance to play Cheltenham Tigers first team for a long time. Well, I don't know how long Saracens hasn't played Cheltenham Tigers first team for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a good old while.
And last year was a good time to get have a good scuffle with them, which was good, and we won as well, so it was brilliant. And obviously the North as well. Now they're in our league, it's a bit different, but yeah, it's a tough one though. But I can understand obviously the teams have a focus of the league and are in that position to win a league, which doesn't come around very often, and they've invested in certain players and coaches to get there. It is a difficult decision.
Yeah.
I mean, Richards, I think they run 3 sides, are they? You think they'd be able to get one side out, maybe?
Yeah, I'd have thought so. Even if it's just a third.
Mixture.
Yeah.
Just at least one side, but they've just come out and said, look, we don't give a shit. It's not our thing.
But then you look at Matson, who are flying as well, and I think they've entered everything, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're at Twickenham tomorrow, Saturday.
Something like that, yeah.
Which good luck to them. So
did they win their combination as well?
I don't know if they won I don't know if the final's been on yet. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure they won the league, obviously. So they'll be in our league. It would be a good game next year, and good luck to them at Twickenham tomorrow. But I think again another where Richards is just going for the league solely, where Matson are going, they'll go for all 3.
Yeah, I think it's for me at least. Like, I'd be gutted if we didn't put a team in. Like, for me, because I want to be able to say, we are the best club in Cheltenham. Maybe that's just me. I get why some teams don't want to do it. That's fair enough. But for me, it's like, okay, we didn't get the league we wanted, so this is it.
Yeah,
this is how we finish on a high.
Yeah, going back to the argument of maybe putting the leagues shorter or finish them and earlier, maybe the teams who don't do well in the league then can focus on the cup.
Yeah.
Whether it be the cup we play, whichever it's called, or the combination cups. So maybe there is an argument for it, I don't know. We do seem to have a lot of free weekends in the season.
Yeah, it feels like, because I think we only played like 2 games in February.
Yeah.
Out of like 4 weeks. You think
just get them done.
You could shorten the season by like
especially
a week.
for me when that pitch is soft, perfect.
There's no real reason for it, is there?
No, there isn't. No.
I mean, it's great to be able to watch an international, but
yeah.
But apart from that, you want to get your boots on, don't you?
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, I don't know why the internationals are at 3 o'clock when everyone else is playing, so it's another one for the RFU.
Stupid, yeah. Especially with TVs and all that.
Yeah. Put them on at 5:30. Rugby clubs could be full.
Yeah.
Making money. But this is the RFU we're talking about, so
logic at the door.
Let's keep them on at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Because why not? Looking forward to this season or next season, I should say.
Yeah.
Any plans?
Well, not pre-season. I'm saying I'm looking forward to that. No, I mean obviously this will just finish, so I'm not really look that far. To be fair, hopefully I think both coaches are staying, which is great news for the club. Both Billy and Jake's done very well this year in their own games and on at Sarries, which is great. And all we can do is keep improving, really.
Yeah, I think so. It is probably a bit too early to start suggesting the next season. Hopefully we'll be up there. Hopefully, I'd like to see us try out at a level we've never actually been before. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Obviously, as captain, you've not heard any stories of anyone deciding to move on or anything.
No, I think all the lads are going to be pretty. I mean, to be fair, we've been quite lucky. We haven't really lost any players over the last year, other than retirements. No one's really left us and gone other places. Obviously, we've attracted a few as well. So I should say Luke Morgan as well. This year's come back, been fantastic all year.
Beast.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the second half demise of them on the final could have been because Luke went off. To be fair, we missed him that much.
Yeah.
Not taking away anyone to come on or anything, but we do miss him that much. So hopefully we can attract a few more. I think Gareth's obviously retiring. He had a good skint. But other than that, I don't know. I don't think anyone else is leaving.
We're possibly losing Jack, aren't we?
Oh, Lawrenson, that'd be a massive blow as well. On and off the pitch as well. Jack does a great job on and off the pitch.
Yeah.
By the committee, really. I think he's messed that up this year, but and the kit, terrible kit man. Too many jobs for Jack.
Funny you should say that.
Jobs for the boys.
We'll come to that in a little bit. Actually, One thing that does come to mind actually now that it's just popped into my head. Beginning of the season, you absolutely stitched Archie up big time.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, there's no smoke without fire. Let's just say that. And the rumour is he's been seen down there recently, so maybe it's this year he's doing it. I don't know. Maybe I stopped it last year with my my comment. But like I said, there's no smoke without fire, and I think you may see him. He has been spotted there recently around Newlands.
Know what you're talking about? Going to let everyone know what you're talking about?
Oh, well, Ross Nelm's gone to Cheltenham, yeah. I did come out with a comment at the start of the season that Ross Nelms had stitched us and gone to Cheltenham, and I wished him all the best on social media, and I think it
nice
went viral,
response,
as we say. Yeah, I think we went viral. He was getting phone calls weeks after saying, "I can't believe you've done it," and he was just at work on his trowel still, wearing his Sarries t-shirt. So, but wherever he decides to do, good luck to him. He did a great 6 years for us. I mean, he got one of the reason I came down to the club, really. And yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah,
I mean, he might come back. You never know, but he might get itchy feet and want a new challenge.
Maybe he will. I mean,
But the rumour is he has been spotted at Newlands, walking around with a Cheltenham kit bag. So I'm just going to put that out there.
To quote Jack Lawrenson, he is dead to me.
Whoa, harsh. Was that the comment, was it?
That was my favourite one of the lot. Like, if I could have liked that forever.
Honestly, yeah, the speed it picked up. Honestly,
God,
I was going to ring the Echo, but I didn't have it in me. I was laughing too much. I had a script and everything written for it, but
should have tweeted it to Ellis Lane.
Yeah.
To be fair, he'd probably only pick it up now. I think Moxie's got a few questions that some of our listeners have decided.
Do you want to go through them, or are we going to carry on with a serious bit first?
That's all of my serious questions. I only had 6.
There's a lot of pages here, Moxie.
I've got
Yeah, there is. There's been a big old response on the players for him.
The biggest response ever to listeners' questions.
Far away then.
Right then, these are the clean ones.
Oh, go on then.
Okay. How do you rate the Sarries against other clubs you've played for, across all aspects from team spirit to club atmosphere during games?
Tough one, that is. I mean, it's hard to compare, really. Every club's different for different reasons, really. I haven't really played for the second teams a lot of the year, but off the pitch, I know the second team's got a great atmosphere, but the current first team for the last 3 or 4 years has been so close, Sarries especially, and it's probably the best I've played in for being so close. We are all genuine mates. Meet up outside of training, on the rugby pitch, and that's what makes our atmosphere so good, really. Off the pitch as well, it's a great thing. I was talking to Henry Tapsell the other day. I mean, he's come down the club this year because of a few of his friends play. I've known him from Cheltenham before anyway. Unfortunately, had a bad injury and he can't play, and he just said he loves it because there's no click. He can come and have a beer with Eddie Walsh at the bar, or he can go on the balcony with the young lads and have a beer there. It doesn't matter who's there. He can have a good. He doesn't feel awkward. He doesn't feel pressured. And that's a special thing we've got, and we've got to try and keep it going somehow. Whereas most clubs I've played before, and there is a little bit of clicks, with people either not drinking or little groups drinking on their own, and you're not a part of that sort of clique, really. So, I mean, what we have got is very special on and off the pitch. So, yeah, I've rated up there with probably the best, really.
Yeah, good. I think everyone that associate with Sarries feels the same, I think.
Yeah.
And so they should, because that's what it is.
I mean, I don't think there's many dickheads in the club, so...
That was from Mark Hansen, surprisingly.
Good question, Mark.
Yeah. I got a couple here from Darryl.
Oh, God. Go on then, Dazza.
Right. He was actually very serious.
Go on then, Dazzle.
Yeah, he actually, if you go back and look at it, he got a little bit upset that people were not putting more serious questions.
Okay. I will say one thing though. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna offer a couple of questions,"
right,
and then gave me 4.
Okay.
So, okay, first one. Are you standing as skipper again next year?
I haven't thought about it much really as of yet. I mean, if the lads want me to, by all means I'll do it. If someone else wants to have a go, then yeah, come and have a go. it's you know, it's quite it's not much of a hard job because I've done it quite a long time, but it's time consuming. And like I say, you know, I'm not going to be here forever. So the younger lad's 31 now, I'll be 32 start next season.
Shut up.
But you know, some of the younger lads wants to come and have a go, then all means, yeah, I'll still be there, and I'll either watch in 12 mile if they want and, or they can just do it their way. But yeah, I haven't decided. If the lads want me to, I definitely will. But if someone else wants to go, I won't stop them.
Okay. Well, we've got the AGM soon, haven't we? So.
By saying it's my manor, they can crack on, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's better than next year. Last year was AGM, yeah.
Okay. Second question. What's stopping the first winning the league next year? And Darryl thinks it's fitness. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, especially coming from me, could be. I'm not the most fittest person as I used to be, but yeah. Again, not being able to kill games off. You know, the games we've lost, we have been winning. The games we've lost, closely, we have been winning longer than we've been losing. So it could be an argument of not being able to finish them off. You can blame other things such as referees and that, or individual errors, but yeah, not being able to finish games off is key, and fitness could come into it really. Again, you're never not fit enough, especially down. You know, the games I've said we've lost where we should have lost, which was Richmond's away and Chip and Sudbury away. We were beat by fitter, bigger time sides that day. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's a second part to that question. Do you know why we can't get our team fitter?
Could be the £2 cans in the bar. Russell's cooking on a Saturday.
Right, we'll leave that there. Okay. Who are your stars of the future at the club?
Stars of the future. I mean, I don't really know anyone's ages, really. I've tried to keep my age away from the boys, so I think I've been the oldest player on the pitch a few weeks rather than Chris True. And obviously when Stu Cooper played, which is a blessing in disguise. Star players for the future. So you've got Liam Cooper, hopefully he stays about, you know, in the town. Aaron Connell, obviously if Aaron stays about, he's going to be a star player. He is now, and I think he is only 23, 22.
He's
not even that, is he?
That, I think.
Unbelievable. All that sort of age group, really. Jake Townsend, all that age group there, they're all great players. And if they can, we've managed to keep hold of them, and the club keeps improving with them, and they don't get itchy feet, then hopefully we can keep them. But Aaron especially, Jake, Yeah,
Jake's been awesome this year.
Awesome, yeah.
Incredible kicking off the tee on Saturday.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Incredible.
He doesn't seem to practice, but he can knock him over. And Jake's attitude as well. He's not one for moaning either. He'll play anywhere. He just wants to play rugby.
Just gets on with it.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. He'll play in the seconds, the thirds, the firsts, but all the time he wants to get better as well. So he just doesn't want to play just to play. He wants to play to get better. And probably the one thing holding Jake back really is he hasn't really got an out-and-out position. So he hasn't really cemented a spot, but because he can play all. I think the other game, Long Leven's home, he was in the back row, and he did a great job.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
when I came off injured, he was a great job. But yeah, if he can cement his position, because I think he had a bit of that in youth rugby. He started as a prop, and then he went to the wing. And if he can cement the position that he likes playing and really go for it.
Well, I'm doing the opposite, I think.
Yeah. But any of those boys, yeah. Aaron can play anywhere on the pitch.
Yeah.
You could pick Aaron anywhere and he'd do a job. How he steals so many balls in the scrum, I just don't know how he does it. But
he's a pest, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's a beast.
He is a pest. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Moving on to Darryl's fourth question. What's been your biggest highs and lows since you joined the Sarahs? Let's start with the lows first.
The lows. Long Leven's away when we should have got promoted. That was pretty low. That having won the game. The game was over at half-time, really, and to let them come back in and win. And then, in front of their crowd and in front of our crowd was pretty disappointing, really. That's probably my biggest low, really.
Biggest highs? Or biggest high?
First Combination Cup win was fantastic. Obviously, we hadn't done it for a long time down at Prince of Wales.
So it's our first in 30 years, I think.
Yeah, so that was pretty good, and it was a real good side. Again, my first year at Sarahs that was, so really started, got into the club and believe what they, just fitted in really. So that was good, and also the Combination Cup last year as well. Taken away from this year, don't get me wrong, but beating Cheltenham Tigers away in the semi-final was a great experience. And then unfortunately the Pats pulled out because of they had a league game on Saturday, but I think we would have beaten them anyway. And then obviously to beat North at the final at our place, it was that was a pretty good one as well.
That game against Cheltenham, against the Tigers,
it's fantastic.
It was just unbelievable. That was just,
and they didn't know what to expect. They thought we'd run out. Talking to the lads after, they thought we'd run out of steam, and they just said we just kept going.
They didn't know what
men possessed. Yeah, he said we were like men possessed. And lower game, we were losing to Stroud as well the year before in the last game of the season. We could have got promoted then as well. But we lost that game and we came third instead of first. So but there's been a lot of other highs as well, rather than lows.
Yeah. Question from Connor: what are your thoughts on the Costa drive-through being built by Jack Kerr's place?
Build it. Love a Costa drive-through. Yeah.
Milky wants to know how many cards, yellow or red, are you short for a full deck of playing cards?
I think I've got the deck already, to be honest with you. I've not done too bad this year.
This one here from Jack Lawrenson: what's your best Erdinger time?
NA.
And prove it.
NA, yeah. I've only seen one man finish that. Liam Cooper unbelievably finished that. Scouts had a 3/4 full one, he finished that. Everyone else has failed miserably.
Keeping with Jack, this is from Coops. After all your nice comments about him, you might
he spiked me, has he?
Right. How do you feel knowing Jack Lawrenson is harder than you? And that's official as voted by Gloucestershire.
Well, I couldn't believe it, honestly. Shocked. I don't know who nominated him. 60-minute Jack. Can't believe it. I think Saturday was one of the only 80-minute games he's played all year.
Going on to what we mentioned earlier. What are your thoughts on this season's stash, and will you be endorsing it next season?
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. No. We're not endorsing that again. If Jack's got the job, I'm out. I'll take my sponsor money and I'll go and buy it myself, I think.
That's Perksy,
Still waiting for a vest as well, by the way.
On a basketball vest.
Yeah, still waiting for a vest.
Like three times
paid.
a
vest on with 20 quid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Jack, pay up.
Come on, Jack. One job.
With a bit of luck, you'll have it for pre-season. It's only taken a year.
Jack, I think Jack's a salesman's dream, to be fair. I don't know what's that make of our kit this year. Sturridge or something, is it? Something, I don't know, something.
Playing cricket, are we?
Something pony, I don't know what it is. But I think the salesman come up and sold Jack the dream, yeah. Just said, yes, we'll have that in blue and yellow. Done.
Ed Moran wants to know...
oh, moron.
He wants to know, what's black and white and eats like a horse?
A zebra.
What? I thought you were going to say a massive nun. Gareth, he's retired, but never mind. Who would win in a fight between a gorilla and a shark in a 5-foot deep paddling pool?
I'll go for a gorilla. Gorilla all day long, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've seen King Kong.
Which one? Here we go again. Coops. A zebra is white with black stripes or black with white stripes?
The hardest of hitting questions on the UTS
I'll
podcast.
go with the first one, yeah.
Yeah. Or the third one is who cares? And the last of the clean ones from Bash. Can't believe it's a clean one.
No swearing in that, no?
No. It's
fair play.
I think it's for you. It might be for Dan. Is darts a sport?
Oh, I think I was with Dan, but I'm going to put it out there. Yes, it is.
And mate, of course it is. It's a sport all day long.
Anything you can win trophies is a sport to me. Tip it, it's a sport.
To be fair, that is a sport.
Yeah.
I've seen the Tip It Insider Festival. I've seen Terry Beaver lamp Jimmy O'Shea.
Please don't slow the podcast down to listen to that. What Dan just said.
Yeah.
No, Tip It is a sport. I'll give him that.
Anyway, you can win a trophy. It's a sport.
I'd like to ask if you could have a scrum made up of the players you've played with, your ideal scrum, who would those 8 players be?
Everyone. Name dropping everyone.
It doesn't matter which club, which team. Doesn't matter. Just.
It's a tough one, that Moxie, to put it on me like that. Probably Nick Selway, prop. He's a great big fat ox. Pretty decent in the loose as well. Hooker's tough. I mean, Dave Burr at Cheltenham, probably put him in there when he was
Remy Dave.
Yeah, before he got fat and
buggered off to London.
Yeah, he's when he first came down from Stourbridge, where he came from, he was pretty mustard, to be fair. Probably put Sean Gilder in there as well, or Big Dave or Dan Burnham. Any of those three really. They all sort of bring the same game. Second row, probably go with James Bashford. Played for Lydney with him for many years, and just a good character on the pitch. Big lump, pretty handy as well, so it was all good. At the second row, probably Pete Lodge, to be honest with you. Played with him as a young lad, when I was 17, coming through the ranks of Cheltenham. Lodge was still there, playing, and unbelievably fitter than me then, as he is now.
I think there's not many people that would leave him out of their team.
Yeah, just unbelievable athlete, and rugby player.
Yeah,
he never seems to get hurt. He never, he seems to tackle harder than most.
He's a flipping clumsy oaf though.
Oh yeah.
He hurts everyone else on his team and the opposition.
Biggest feat I've ever seen.
The
Yeah,
bitterness coming out now.
Well, he's hurt me. He put me out of action for a long time.
Back row, tough on back row. Yeah, I mean, there's played with a few good players, to be fair. Will Jones from Lydney, he was a very good player. Put him in there. I mean, I was very lucky when I started playing rugby. I played, so I came from Cheltenham Mini and Juniors into Cheltenham second team, and I played in the back row. It was Dean Holder at number 8, and Roger Brown was playing number 7. And I think Lodge was in the second row with someone out, and for me to play in that side of with those sort of people. I mean, Stu Michael was still knocking about as well. For a 17-year-old lad to be in that side and learning off those people was massive for me, really. So probably put Dean Holder in there somewhere.
Big Dean, yeah.
Yeah. Again, has no negatives on a rugby pitch, always positive.
Yep.
And just massive, yeah. I don't think if someone wants to pick a fight with him, then crack on.
I think I spoke to a few of the lads last week before.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, Dean, yeah, he used to be the biggest of the Holder boys.
Yeah.
Now looking at him, he's the smallest.
The smallest, yeah. He's the biggest now. Carl, is he? I've seen Carl put the pounds on the other.
He's put a few on, yeah.
And
he's,
Lee still stealing
retired
nothing about.
From the RAF, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, growing up with them sort of players, Matt Mudder as well. When I was lucky enough to become Cheltenham captain very young, Mudders was still there, and learning off, and I think Mudders is still playing now and then. He helped me a lot when I was younger.
Not a lot you can learn off him, now, is it?
I don't know. He's depends what you want to learn, what you want to take off him.
Player.
No, yeah, and again on and off the pitch as well.
Yeah,
Mudders was always one for a drink off the pitch.
He likes a bottle of Budweiser, doesn't he?
Yeah, he didn't have a girlfriend until he was 38, so.
Yeah, I mean, we always ask the guys on the podcast, have you got any advice you give to the pups?
Just be confident and positive, really. I mean, rugby's quite a simple game. Don't try and overcomplicate it. I'm not one for overcomplicating things. Plummy will tell you that. I think I asked him the other day, how many tries have we scored from inside our 22? He replied, none. I said, how many tries have we scored from our half? He replied, none. So I said, why are we playing with the ball in our half? Just kick it as far away from our try line as possible, and I'll take that.
Yeah.
So, for rugby is a very simple game, and I mean, I was a footballer from a young age. To be fair, I came to rugby quite late, secondary school sort of age, and what I've got out of rugby and in life, it's led to jobs, friends. It's just play with your mates, really, enjoy it. Don't try and overcomplicate a simple game.
Right, have you heard these before?
Nope.
What do you mean no? Don't you listen to this podcast?
Yeah, but I'm normally asleep when this is by this point.
There's a cracking endorsement.
Yeah, thanks for that there.
Okay. 4x4 or sports car?
Sports car all day long. Kids can't wreck it.
Red or brown?
Red.
North or south?
North.
Bacon or sausage?
Bacon.
Football World Cup or Olympics?
Football World Cup.
Would you rather win the league outright or play at Twickenham with the Sarries?
I'll go for playing at Twickenham.
Okay. I think I'm going to bring this one back, actually. Would you rather have toes as fingers or fingers as toes?
This is my favourite one ever.
Being lazy, I'll probably have fingers as toes, so I could do things while I'm sat down.
Yeah, take you back to the Apple comment. Would you rather know a lot about a little or a little about a lot?
A lot about a little.
Okay. You got one go in a time machine. Where and when would you go?
That's a tough one.
Bearing in mind, it's a time machine, so you can go forwards or backwards.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because everyone seems to think you go backwards. You can actually go forwards.
Well, no point going forward. We don't know what's going to happen, do we? So, for better or worse. Don't know, I'll probably go back in history. Don't know. End of the war, maybe. See the change in the country, something like that. I don't know. Maybe the start of Facebook. Might get that idea first.
Make a few quid.
Make a few quid, yeah. If I'm not doing a lot.
Well, that's definitely better than last month. With Crispy. Oh yeah, I'd go back to the last Rugby World Cup and I'd wait 5 minutes and go to the bar after, so I didn't miss a try.
Okay. Right. If you were a drink, what would you be and why?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I'll go for a strong alcoholic one. Gives you a kick.
Head or gut? Right then, yeah. Apart from obviously Sweet Caroline, what is your song choice karaoke?
Meatloaf. Paralysed by the Dashboard Lights.
Yeah, I saw you do that on the way back.
One of my faves.
From another game that we can't mention.
One of my faves.
Oh, is this the...
Yeah, that was against Lydney, wasn't it?
That was right.
Lydney second team.
That was quite. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't play. I was a water boy that day, but yeah, it was a good day out. That was.
Yeah.
What a great day out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, we took a bit of Sarries out of Sarries there, didn't we? And planted it in the forest, which was pretty good.
Oh yeah, they could go with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Yeah.
Have you? Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Carry on.
Let's go on. Yeah. Have you got any plugs for your business websites?
No. Don't worry about that.
No. Okay. Anything for you personal?
Nope.
I think they all know it anyway.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, to be fair.
Question for you, actually, Moxie.
Yeah,
being the chairman of the pups, aren't we?
Go on.
You chairman of the pups?
Manager, vice chairman. Yeah.
Just obviously, I've been talking to George recently and yourself, and then obviously we need to get a second team going. Do you think that could happen, or
definitely
we need it to happen more than anything else? Really, I mean the steps you guys have taken with the pups have been fantastic. From a boys not really playing rugby when they first came.
Yeah.
I mean, they were obviously all shapes and sizes, but they were useless, weren't they, when they first came to a team that's now playing?
That was a case
playing
that
competitive
rugby.
rugby.
Literally half of them hadn't even seen a rugby ball. Never mind played the game.
Yeah.
So, and look where they are now. We are beating a lot of good sides.
And what we're doing with the adult rugby and what we have done in the last 4 years of taking the name of Sarries forward. Obviously, you're doing the pups now as well, which is massive as well for the club. So I just think we need to somehow put ours together and get that.
Yeah, we're going to try and get under 10s, 11s, try and get that going. Yeah, I mean the building blocks are going into place. We are starting. We're trying to get it going. We're trying to put the feelers out there.
It's hard work, and we know that.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. I mean, once we get possibly sort of 3, 4, 5 kids there.
Yeah,
they'll bring their mates, and their mates will bring their mates, and before you know it, it snowballs, and we should get. We should hopefully we will get it going.
Brilliant.
Because I mean, it's a horrible thought, but in 3 years' time we won't have a youth team.
No, they're not. All that hard work that you guys have put in, and it's come to an end there, which would be quite sad, wouldn't it? At the end of the day,
rather than let that die out, we want to just continue it.
This is our generation of playing now, but the next generations are there playing. So if we can do what Cheltenham and the North can't seem to do and keep their kids, should be all good in the future.
Definitely a good point. Yeah, good point.
Awesome. So I think that's it. Yeah, it's been good having you on.
Brilliant being here. Thank you.
Awesome.
Cheers, Jimmy.
Good on one
Cheers.
tea.
Bit of a mixed season. Definitely not our finest. But a safe mid-table position isn't really the end of the world. When you see teams like Berry Hill getting relegated after an amazing season last year, it kind of puts things a little bit in perspective, I suppose. Thanks to Jim for talking to us. Hopefully his knee will get sorted and he'll be ready to go before the start of next season. Now, usually this is where we bring you the up-and-coming fixtures and club news for the following month of May, but the season's over. We literally don't have anything else to bring you, so we might as well just get into the thank yous. Huge thanks to Jimmy Mack for coming on, a great chat to close out the season. Also a huge thanks to Mark Collier, who has been an amazing co-host this series. A quick thanks to Vicky Mason, who sat on a couple of shows to work the desk to make sure everything went smoothly, not that it ever really does. And a massive thank you to the following people: Josh Jackson, Ian Bell, Kyle Thomas, Adam Osgood, Jason Smith, Jack Kerr, Liam Cooper, and pretty much all of our listeners around the globe, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, Italy, Spain, France, even places like Turkey, Brazil, Singapore, and Qatar. There's a lot more than that, actually. There's many more than that, but we literally will be here all day otherwise. So whether you listen once or whether you listen to every single episode, or like some of the names we've mentioned in that list, you listen 19 times, a massive thanks, because we never actually expected to get noticed, or we never expected to get listened to outside of Cheltenham. So thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I know Moxie is very proud of what we've put together. Thank you. There were a lot of doubters. There still are a lot of doubters. But we are definitely an international podcast. And if you listen abroad, if you're one of the guys who listen in Brazil, or you listen in Qatar, or you listen in Turkey, or you listen in New Zealand or Australia or America, get in touch. utspodcast@gmail.com. utspodcast, all one word. Give us an email. Tell us why you listen. Tell us where you listen from. Tell us what you want to hear more of. That's literally what we want to know. Also, of course, a big thanks to Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com for our backing music Motherload, which we use royalty-free under the Creative Commons License 3.0, and our sponsors from Tone Radio, the University of Gloucestershire student radio station. Tone Radio broadcasts live from Park Campus, all day, every day. Listen live at toneradio.co.uk or on the TuneIn app. Feel free to keep in touch with the club on social media. Make sure you go and check them out. The club is on Facebook, facebook.com/CheltSarriesRFC. They're on Twitter at exactly the same, twitter.com/CheltSarriesRFC. They've got a Pitch Hero page, pitchhero.com/clubs/Cheltenham Saracens RFC. I know on a few of them I have said it's pitchhero.com/Cheltenham Saracens RFC, but it's not. It's .com/clubs/Cheltenham Saracens RFC. So make sure you throw that one in there. Go check it out. Jack Kerr does an amazing job of keeping that all up to date. Or, of course, if you're a little bit like me and you're a little bit old school, CheltenhamSaracensRugby.com is the club's official website. The UTS podcast is also on the internet. We're on social media. UTSpodcast.com is our brand new website. Go and check it out. You can listen to all the shows on there. They're all linked to our SoundCloud account. We're on Facebook, The UTS Podcast, facebook.com/The UTS Podcast. We're on Twitter, twitter.com/The UTS Podcast. We're on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Cheltenham Saracens RFC. We're on iTunes, we're on Podbean, we're on Podbay, we're on Overcast FM, Player FM. All of the main podcast providers, podcatchers I think is the actual word for them. We're all on those, so make sure you go and check those out. We'll have a couple of extra shows coming up on the next couple of weeks, looking at the reserve teams, the seconds and the thirds, looking at the youth section, and of course, we'll keep those shows going during the off-season. We don't know who we're going to have on. We will be running shows during the off-season, during the summer months when there's no rugby being played, just so you can get your podcast and your Sarries fix. So please feel free to keep an eye out for those on whatever podcatcher you use. And that's it. That's another May episode down. Or that's another month down, I should say. The first of the 3 May episodes. Thank you very much for joining. Have a great start to the summer. And up the Sarries.
Very tiki tamba. Massa massa massa. Tia tia. Tia tia. Very tiki tamba. Very tiki tamba. Massa massa massa.
Get on the podcast!
They're not going to be able to see that, Ped.
It's not the first time we've had...
Sorry, Pats, but we don't like you.
We want now! We want now! We want now! We want now!
Go on, Mo.
Well, this is a fantastic day at Cheltenham North Rugby Club. We've already won the second team cup, and we're just about to win the first team cup. Can we have a little banter from the crowd? As you can see, there's only one team in Cheltenham, and that's Cheltenham Saracens RFC.